I am an Argentinian, Mexican, Canadian artist. First thing that I could say, or one of the most obvious ones, is that I work mostly with textiles. I recycle, repurpose garments to create installations, sculptures, wearable pieces. I explore notions of identity, how our identities are shaped. There's a lot of gender-based violence. Growing up as a woman in Mexico, you grow up learning to take care of yourself. And how to dress is, of course, one of the first rules you learn. One of the first times I used pantyhose in a piece was for a piece called New Namas that I made in Mexico in 2003 to talk about the women killed in the northern border of Mexico in Ciudad Juarez. In clothing, you see, or you can find so many signals of, like, for example, the social norms or social expectations for women and women's bodies and women's experience are so different from the ones I think men experience. The pantyhose need to be stretched and you need something like to anchor them to the floor. So I started incorporating the big stones as part of the piece. But I love the metaphor of the stones. All of us, and mostly immigrants, we travel carrying all these stones with us. We need them to stay connected with the land that we left, but also the new land in which we're living. Tension is the first time in which I, for example, use colors, pantyhose with colors. The red connects, on the one hand, the body, the blood, maybe violence, but at the same time is life. All this to say that dresses and making and wearing dresses is something I had been doing for a while. The shoes came a bit later. And again, I think I started incorporating the shoes when I started seeing images in the news of missing people. It's a shoe there, what, you start questioning about the story of the person. How is it that the shoe is there, but the person is not there? So I think it was really to talk about absences that I started incorporating shoes in the work. The clothing needs a body. Without the body, the meaning is different. And again, it's just like a piece of cloth. So in art, I need something to display it, a body, a wall, a cord, I need to give it volume somehow. So again, I think this idea of the suitcases and what we put inside, what we bring here, what that says about us and who we are, has been present in the work for a while. It's interesting, for example, I can think about the El Guardarropa de Lamaa de Casa Perfecta. It's a piece in which I connect my body, as a metaphor, women's bodies in general, to the house through garments. And when I showed that work, people really connected with it. Women, mostly in Canada, really connected with it. Sadly, it made so evident how little things have changed for women, although we have been told otherwise. There is a big community of Latin American artists doing interesting things in Montreal. We're not together all the time, but every time you go out, you find someone and you connect, and we have these common codes. So there are certain things that we just naturally understand. When I started making art in the university as an undergraduate student, it was, on the one hand, this really strong tendency to produce conceptual work. And at the same time, I just always felt it was very exclusive. And I remember struggling with that. And when I started working with clothing, I realized clothing really helped me to deal with that, because we all get dressed. Talking about symbols, clothing really is a symbolic language that we're all using. As an artist, I was trying, and I'm still trying, to deconstruct them, and maybe, to challenge them through art.